EDG랑 같은 조가 아니어서 1년에 2번 경기를 하게 돼서 아쉬운데 그래서 저희는 이 기회를 꼭 잡아 이기겠습니다.
我们跟 IG 两个队的 AD 都是新生代代表吧，都是个人实力很强的 AD。
关于 iBoy 和 Jackie Love 的话，我觉得他们两个都是属于那种初生牛犊不怕虎，操作也特别好。
iBoy 这边开始输出，先杀一个吸引，后续 iBoy 这边配合一个露露继续往前追 ，iBoy 这边无人能战 ，iBoy 这边还在秀。
iBoy 是我无论如何也不想输的对手，但他的心态和成熟是我应当学习的品质。这场仗我们不能输。
后续怎么办？但是船长大招进来了 ，Jackie Love 往前滑步，一个闪现收下人头
，4个人包夹到下路。
春季赛的我们经历了许多坎坷，但下支 EDG 已经日渐成熟。再次面对杰克拉五，我没有输的理由。
因为 EDG 也是很强大的对手嘛，然后我们队伍一直状态有所起伏。如果我们调整得好，加上他们准备充足的话，应该是很好看的比赛。
成长的过程中，谁没经历过磕磕绊绊？IG 和 EDG 的年轻人都继承了这两支队伍流传的意志。我们赛场上见。
A 2-0 in Chengdu as well as a 2-0 in Hangzhou means we are right on time for our match of the week. It's going to be Edward Gaming taking on Invictus Gaming live here from the Shanghai Super Brand Mall Arena, where both teams have been gearing up and are already backstage getting ready for this explosive match. You heard it earlier during that first video that these teams only get to meet twice per year, and they're happily munching on Doritos as they're ready to face off against one another. They were friends during Rift Rivals, trying to work together to make sure the LPL could bring home that trophy. Now they have to be pitted against one another. Both teams similar performances during that international event and looking to try and right some of the wrongs they had there during this match today. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I am now joined by Clement Chu as well as Indiana Frosker and Black, about to jump straight into this match. And it's a heavy hitting match. These two teams desperately want to try and pick up these important points to try and stay top of their respective conferences.
Forget the points, Fish. Throw all of that out. You saw it in the interview that led into this big show. You know, this is about pride. And we don't often get to throw around the LPL. I feel like it gets a bit oversaturated, a bit overused. But for Invictus Gaming versus Edward Gaming, this goes back. It is a grudge match. There is bad blood between these organizations. And there's especially a rivalry between Jackie Love and iBoy about who's the true prodigy and successor of the AD carry throne.
And I just recently did an interview with both of them. Do you want to guess who's the cockier AD carry?
I have a couple of suspicions, Clement. Is it the best ADC outside of Uzi?
Well, I wouldn't really call him that yet, but you're correct. It is iBoy. iBoy actually is the trash talker of the two. He's the one that believes he has the superior mechanics to take on all of the challenges thrown by Jackie Love.
He does.
And this is going to be the interesting thing, because that lane is going to be do or die for EDG, but I don't think it's the same way for Jackie Love. He has company.
Yeah, and I 100% agree, and I'm aligned with that. I don't think Invictus Gaming ever really went through their bottom lane, but it is everything for Edward Gaming. Through Name, Deft, Zed, it doesn't matter who the ADC is, now iBoy taking up that mantle, it's always been about a race to the bottom, always that 5-man dog pile down there, which means that Jackie Love and Battleland must just survive. But against iBoy and Mako, probably the most devastating 2v2 outside Uzi and Ming, I don't know if that's possible.
It's going to be very difficult. They have to see if they can. It is a clash of the Youngblood AD carries, very new to the LPL and already forming a rivalry between one another.
And that's the thing, when we talk about prodigies, when we talk about youth, a lot of the time we will grab hold of Jackie Love because he's the true rookie of this season since iBoy came in on the very end of last season and then got to go to Worlds. So he's already really proven himself on an international stage that people forget how young this kid actually is. But it truly is these two 17-year-old giants clashing together.
I just want to say iBoy is already 18. So you move him out the 70 side
Come
character.
on.
He's
but-
on the line.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
already a veteran.
But I just want to say that these two actually have shown very different qualities this split. Actually, EDG are willing to play slower in their bot side. They picked up the Kai'Sa. They say we can scale. I believe they're more of a wait till 6 kind of team.
Sure.
While on the other side, Jackie Love is all about the Lucian. He has picked up the Draven. They're the ones that have been going very aggressive towards the laning phase. So if you look at that matchup, I actually think a lot of it does come down to then the junglers, the young guns, the ones that are about to ascend to maybe the top of the league in Ning against Haro. And I think that's going to influence the bottom lane, probably even more than these 280 carries.
I mean, let's face it, you said that primarily for the bottom lane, where EDG, they're allowed to play slower, they can be a little bit more methodical in their playstyle, but Invictus Gaming, yes, they're aggressive in the bottom lane, but that's every single lane for them. And you said the junglers as well, Ning is meant to facilitate that. They're an aggressive team, they play through the laning phase, and that's probably how they're going to try and take down EDG here.
I mean, it's Lane Kingdom, but the thing is if we talk about that 3v3, I don't even think it needs to be a 3v3. I agree with you, Clement, that Ning and Haro will spend time down there, but I think because Haro and Edward Gaming will force Ning to respond because they like to file into that bottom lane, he needs to be there for the counter ganks. But ultimately, when Jackie Love and Battleland do try to play aggressive, especially against a Shen, they are consistently getting punished. They are dying out a lot by themselves in just 2v2s or even in 1v1s, or if they're not dying, they're burning crucial summoner spells and losing a lot of power down on that bottom side, and their jungler and their mid laner have to come and dig them out of a hole that they're putting themselves in.
That is kind of true.
That's good. That's a good part of the map to actually take a look at, because you mentioned Ning as well as Haro becoming great junglers in the LPL. A lot of the meta is currently focused around the junglers as well as mid laners working together. Rookie taking on Scout. Rookie has looked good so far in 2018 Scout up and down performances, but starting to be a little bit more consistent during summer.
A little bit more consistent.
bit more.
This is the best that Scout has ever played. And I actually think this is the first time that Scout has the opportunity to pull the mantle away from Rookie and define himself as the best mid laner in the LPL at this moment.
But I think the difference between these two is that Scout really does show his hand a lot of the times. He's always going to go on that blind pick, and that's where I feel Rookie has a sizable upper hand. He's more of the counter pick in the champion, and like we saw in the LGD versus Rogue Warriors set, that counter pick really means everything in terms of this meta. EDG for me, even though Scout's great, they're going to be much more slow in terms of getting set up on the map.
I do agree. I think that Edward Gaming, though, gives Scout more of an opportunity to be a firecracker and to pop off. They'll give him his big picks like the Zoe, whereas Rookie, due to the versatility in his champion pool, is more so covering for a lot of IG's weaknesses right now. He's flexing a bit more towards the Galio, and yeah, you can still see him grab hold of his Orianna and be that crazy dominant mid laner that we know that he can be. But for me, I'm not confident that Invictus Gaming in this matchup will say, Rookie, this is all you. Take the Yasuo, grab the Orianna, start flexing on people. I feel like sometimes in their draft phase, they'll take a step back, they'll try to give power to other points into the lane, and that's what I don't want. I want Scout and Rookie to be unleashed and to just go at each other.
Well,
You want to see the head-to-head, basically.
If they can be unleashed and go at each other, who takes it? Scout or Rookie?
It depends on the matchup then, and I think that that's a huge compliment to Scout more so than it is to Rookie, because that just... I've been very hard on Scout for a very long time, but I feel like if he is given a good matchup, he is good enough now and consistent enough now that he can actually challenge Rookie, which is why it will be all about the draft. But that goes back to Clement's point, is that Rookie has a much larger champion pool.
Yeah, they're much more diverse. IG is about lane kingdom. They want more pressure into the lane, but I actually think in the 2v2 scenario, EDG has actually outperformed Rookie and Ning. Rookie and Ning, for me, has never had the greatest synergy. So for me, getting the good pick for Rookie is just to keep that lane shoved up, keep priority in that lane.
To protect Ning.
Yeah, exactly. And you actually want Ning elsewhere, maybe in the bot lane, maybe in the top lane where you can want to punish Ray a little bit more. But for IG, they're probably not looking at that 2v2 that hard.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I think Haro is kind of the linchpin here, and that he's going to be the make or break between this 2v2 in the mid lane and jungle lane. And Haro is just outperforming Ning, I think, in every single category. His champion pool, his gank timings, his counter gank timings, he just looks so clean.
Took him some time to warm up, because during Spring Split, the synergy between Haro as well as Scout wasn't quite there. You can see a lot better when Clearlove was substituted in, but Summer Split has been his time to shine. Alongside him will be Ray, Scout, iBoy, as well as Mako.
The best AD carry outside of Uzi. I think it's iBoy. I've been strong on this one, and he gets to showcase it and prove it today as they look across at IG. It's not the Shy. It's Duke, Ning, Rookie, Jackie Love, and Baolan.
And that's an important point because that gives one of the winningest points of IG away off of the map. That means their bottom side now is the aggressive side of the map for Invictus Gaming.
All right, let's talk about Duke, because it's been quite some time now where he's been starting more than the Shy, especially since Spring Split has ended. What do we think of him in the top lane in comparison to the Shy? Because he is a great top lane on his own right, but a lot of times we've said that he's just not quite, the IG are not quite the same without the Shy.
You want to jump on this one?
Yeah, pretty much. If Duke is starting in the top side, they play very defensive on the top side, or Duke actually dies a lot in lane. That stat is not looking good for him, and they have to play aggressive towards the bot side. You see Ning going towards the bot a lot more often, so you're probably going to see Duke go on something like a Gnar, like a Cho'Gath, just be that blind pick and absorb pressure, and I actually think that works in EDG's favors quite a lot. EDG is all about bot side as well, and if in this matchup, I think they have the experience advantage.
Yeah, I agree. I think if it was the Shy, that they would be prioritizing more so about the 1v1, the 2v2 matchup on the top side of the map, and that Ning would feel more comfortable applying more resources up there, and then you could try to, you know, put Ray down, especially because Ray's champion pool often gets sacrificed. It's getting a little bit better as, like, the Kennen has come back into meta, and Edward Gaming are quickly grabbing that every time, but otherwise, there was an opportunity where the top side of the map would be completely dominated by Invictus Gaming, but because it is Duke, and they do play more through bottom when he's online, I just think that they're going to fall into Edward Gaming's trap.
Ning's focus might be a little bit split going into this match against EDG, whereas Haro, he knows exactly where he needs to be for this squad. But we're about to get into that first match of this best of 3, so it's time to start with our predictions. Clement, who do you think is going to take this game and why?
I'm going to go with Invictus Gaming. I still feel like Ning is still in a good spot. It's the Xin Zhao versus the Kindred matchup there. We see very good things early game, and I feel like people are probably underselling Jackie Love a little bit. He does have some missteps in the bot lane, but he's not as weak as you think. He still put up very good stats in terms of the laning phase and the mid, and even with Duke, the mid and bot lane should still be able to carry them through.
Okay, I can see that. That said, you're wrong. It's going to be a 2-0 for Edward Gaming. I think pound for pound talent-wise, 2-0.
They lost to BLG.
I understand, but if we were just basing our analysis off of standings, they wouldn't need us, Clement.
Well, they lost to BLG for a reason, and that's giving over tons of counter picks.
It's the thing. It's the draft phase. So Clement's correct. If Edward Gaming completely fumble their draft phase, of course you can walk all over them, and that has been their primary weakness. But if they don't fumble draft phase, pound for pound talent, they are stronger in almost every single position and neutral in that mid lane position. And I just think that they're just going to roll over the Lane Kingdom composition and then just beat them in team fights.
Well, very different play styles coming out from these two teams, and draft phase could decide a lot of this match. Before we get into the first game, let's hear from Jackie Love about this.
因为洲际赛的时候，我们和 EDG 也算是队友吧。然后洲际赛结束了，我们现在也变成了就是对手，所以说希望我们这次能打出各自的风采。
Thank you so much for the analysis, and now it's time to get to the action itself. I'm Dom, this is Raz, and look, there's a lot for us to get into, but pick and ban is just to start on the screen right in front of us, and we heard it from the desk. This draft is vital for the team styles, for how these teams play. Already, we've got a couple of bans out here, Raz, so let's get right into this.
I love the fact that Gnar was banned immediately. We heard what Cuvée said in his interview after his set versus Griffin. Made a mention that he sees Gnar being one of the best top lane picks right now, blind picks. And both of these teams would love to get a hand on it. Duke, I really wanted him to pick him up. It's not going to be happening in game 1.
Yeah, well, it looks like we're going to see an early jungle priority regardless. Out of Invictus Gaming, Ning has been playing the heck out of this Kindred. He's also a big fan of the Trundle in his past few sets, so we'll see if that's what he decides to go for. But look at this. Already the Orianna first pick, blue side from EDG. Massive priority on the champion with Taliyah taken away. And now a Swain locked in for IG as well.
Especially for this set, recognize that EDG picking up blue side in this one meant that picking Orianna away is not only a takeaway to Jackie Love because we've been seeing a whole lot of Orianna in the bottom lane. It's a takeaway from mid lane because Orianna in the mid lane is looking quite good, and it's Rookie who loves Orianna, wants to bring it out in his lane dominating path. Great laning phase from the pick. He's not going to get a hand on it.
With that Swain, though, we might see the double mage bottom lane, which I know people aren't super excited about between iBoy and JackeyLove, but hey, EDG, they're already showing their hand nice and early. Scout locks himself in that Zoe, and Haro returns back to that comfortable Xin Zhao.
And just take a look at them, what that means. The Swain for Invictus Gaming's bottom lane, very likely. We haven't seen too much of it on towards Rookie, but in the bottom side of the map, what it usually means is a safe bottom side of the map. You have heavy pick potential depending on what Baolan wants to pick, so you don't have to worry about the bottom lane. In fact, when FPX picked up the Swain, a lot of the pressure was going top side for a good majority of it, and so it just means that Invictus Gaming feel comfortable about bottom lane while they can head straight towards the top side of the map where the jungle pressure wants to be.
And that seems to be a confidence play out of Invictus Gaming. We have to assume that they have been preparing for this game, knowing that it is EDG, the long-standing rivalry, and that they trust JackeyLove on something like a Swain, nice, safe, defensive against iBoy and Mako. Some of the, I guess, the bottom lane of all of the teams that receive some of the most focus in the league.
And let me tell you, if they're not trusting JackeyLove to pick the Swain, then we have a lot of problems because it is easy to pick up and play. So a lot of 80, or at least 80 carry players have gone towards it because it is the easiest one to go for. That being said, big focus is going to be in the top side for Invictus Gaming. The LeBlanc already getting locked in is a fantastic matchup versus Zoe, so you would expect Ning to be focusing on that one so he can get Rookie ahead. And the counter pick is looking true for Invictus Gaming. Being picked on red side means that they would have to hold that counter pick for Duke. I wonder what he picks himself up here.
Yeah, perhaps looking to round out the composition with some physical damage. Of course, that Mundo being stricken away. 3 top lane bans. 4 if you include the Camille, which has been played before. So we'll see what they're going to round it out. There's the Shen, very strong pick for Invictus Gaming, likely going to Baolan to follow up with that Swain, follow up on the mobility. Already you can see 3 teleports plus a Shen support, so massive movement from IG, but here's how EDG try to deal with that.
Yeah, I'm surprised that it's Invictus Gaming that bound out the Pyke because a fantastic bottom lane is Swain Pyke. But it's still, you still have a great kill lane with the Shen pick. Shen can start it off, and then of course the Swain passive immediately into his never move. So there's a lot of follow-up if they get one proper CC down, a lot of kill potential there. So even though I've been saying that Ning could focus on the top side counter pick, he might go to the bottom lane just because of the raw kill potential. And remember, Duke in the past, even though he gets the counter pick potential, a lot of times he just ends up going towards a random tank that he can blind pick anyways. Yeah. So I wonder what his priority is going to be here.
Well, he'll get the opportunity to counter against Ray, who did just now lock in that Ornn. We saw the brief Poppy hover out of Mako, perhaps alluding to the last set we just saw with DoimD.
2 picks I'd like to see here, Fiora or Kennen. Because you have the Shen in the bottom lane, you can actually go wild in the top lane. Duke can be as creative as possible. If it was the Shy, he would even pick the Riven pick, right? Just because he can dive in the top side of the map knowing that Baolan could save him. GP is going to be his answer.
Yeah, and this GP is actually something that EDG might have looked towards a little bit sooner, as it was Amazing Jay's Gangplank in both games when EDG played Bilibili Gaming that effectively countered out the playstyle of EDG by trying to rush down those first 3 outer turrets pre-20 minutes to gain that mid-game tempo that EDG are so well known for. Well, looking at our compositions here, Raz, who takes this draft? We've been talking about it being so important to have strong lanes all the way across the board. Who takes it?
I think it's very even for both teams. If you're talking about just the laning phase, then I favor Invictus Gaming. They thought about the bottom side being very safe. They thought about the mid lane having great priority for Rookie. And the top side is going to be safe as well, has a good matchup for the melee tank top lane, and also can help the rest of the lane. In fact, for Invictus Gaming, this shores up a lot of the weaknesses that they had in team fighting. That they have the globals of GP, doesn't have to TP, in fact wants to stay in lane and use his ultimate so he has that team fight impact, and the Shen as well. There's a lot of safe play here from the side of Invictus Gaming, and it all helps out the LeBlanc play and Rookie, so very well constructed from Invictus Gaming.
Yeah, so interesting to see IG, instead of playing for the triple lane kingdom, just doubling down on Rookie in the mid lane. I mean, we're still seeing Ning on that Kindred, massive priority for him to stay around that mid lane and unlock that LeBlanc, because again, not only is it a LeBlanc who's going to be assassinating targets, it's Rookie, the best mid laner in the LPL.
11 solo kills.
Oh yeah.
This split, #1 right now. He took it away from Scout too. Remember, before we went towards Rift Rivals, it was Scout that had #1 in solo kills in the league. and then it was handed off to Rookie as he had phenomenal game after phenomenal game.
Handed or taken?
Definitely taken. I'll attend that and say it's taken. 10 sets and 11 solo kills. It's almost like we're guaranteed a solo kill here, especially for game 1 since he has such a fantastic matchup. It's going to be a bait though. If Invictus Gaming lose with this draft, you'd almost expect the Zoe to be taken away because Scout himself is such a fantastic Zoe player.
Oh, yeah.
If they have an early game lead, you can expect them to just run away with it. So it all starts in the mid lane, and then we'll see where it goes from there. You can be creative if you're Haro, if you're Ning in this game.
Of course, unlocking those mid lanes so important, but that said, it's time for us to load onto the Rift for Game 1 between Edward Gaming and Invictus Gaming. It's about time now for us to hear from the massively packed crowd and see what they think about this matchup. Yeah.
I don't know what happened to the first guy when it came to the EDG chant. He definitely got taken out, so the next person actually has
missing a bit of the synergy there. But hey, hopefully the teams have got the synergy on stage. As we see, we've got defensive lines out of the 2. Haro sitting in Pixel Brush.
That is 4 potions. That is overall, like, here's the thing. 5 corrupting potions across the map.
Oh, yeah.
But then what's more interesting is Ray picking up a control ward and a recipe for the corruption potion. So one thing that's lovely for an Ornn pick is that he can come in with an incomplete. He doesn't have to come in immediately with a corrupting potion because he can build a corrupting potion in the laning phase.
Yeah.
So he's recognized that he's went towards the early control ward. You can see where Ray is currently just for some protection in the lane.
And this is going to have to be to track Ning's Kindred. He's had such unique pathing on this champion. Really big fan of going from red buff straight to Scuttle Crab, because that's about the time the crab spawns and gives that first hunt stack. So we'll see where he ends up going. Right now he's pathing down to the bottom side, and if Haro is looking to skirmish with him and deal with that, taking control of these early lanes, though, so important, just in case a fight were to break out at that crab, because take a look at this. Ning is going right for it.
I wonder if it's on the, what's it called?
Yeah,
the mark.
The mark
there
is
we
on
go.
that one.
So not only does he have protection for the bottom lane once again for JackeyLove and Battleland to push out, but he also gets the mark. And remember, no lanes did help him out in taking the red buff, so that means Haro has no idea where he is.
Yeah, Ward did spot him out on top of Pixel Brush as he made his way over to that Scuttle Crab, so he does know. That's why we see Haro going for this Scuttle Crab here. But even take a look at this. Ray pushes his wave in, then hovers in river, just in case his vision was inaccurate. Because already you can see Rookie is aggressively pushing in mid lane. JackeyLove and Battleland pushing in that bottom lane. IG trying to play this Lane Kingdom style against EDG.
They have done this. EDG has. Constructed this mid lane fairly well. You can see Scout right next to his own tower makes it so it's easy to push on towards Rookie. Take a look at this. This is really rough for Rookie. He's trying to aggressively push this one out. He needs the help of Ning in doing so. He doesn't have vision control at all. Thankfully, he sees Haro on the top side, but look at the control ward on the bottom side. Scout feels safe in this lane.
Oh, Scout takes a hit. Does land a Sleepy Trouble Bubble, but like you said, double corrupting potion, so not going to see anything traded off the back of it. But again, our eyes need to be on this mid lane and the jungle. Haro invaded. He took away the Raptor camp from Invictus Gaming, and now that does mean he'll get the chance to return into his own jungle, but already he's just looking to spice things up. We haven't seen that control ward placed yet by Ray, or did he place it down and it got cleared?
It was placed down. It did get cleared because, remember, it went top side a little early on.
Pixel Brush.
Could be it.
Yeah, or sorry, bottom side.
That being said, one thing to make note of course, Rookie should feel safe of the jungle pressure regardless coming in from Haro, because being able to see Haro in the top side no matter what coming out of the Raptor camp means that Haro should be top side for a little bit longer clearing out and has to base. So it should be feeling fairly safe for Rookie here as he does need to base.
We did just see the completed recall out of Scout. It's Boots and a Dark Seal for more sustain. Rookie is going to continue to catch that wave so far. 8 CS ahead, not too far of Scout in that mid lane, but Ning, we've seen this gank before. This is the exact same play that he used against, I believe it was Snake. However, he waited a good 2 minutes to try to make this gank happen.
Yeah, oftentimes Ning comes top lane for a gank to get the kill. In this situation, it's incredibly difficult to do so. In fact, he's looking for Haro because this is a very easy gank for Haro to come in and help out Ray. Ray has a lot of gank potential here, but you can see from Ning, not only is he warded out, but there's not a lot of gank assists from the Gangplank. So he's looking for a counter gank that isn't going to happen.
Yeah, and this just speaks again to the preparation and the power of the organization that is Edward Gaming. Watching the last set from IG, identifying the play pattern out of the Kindred jungle, and Ray just placing a timely ward. What was that? Maybe 10 seconds before he gets into the brush as Haro is going to fight over this Scuttle Crab. Did you see the leap? Flash follows, but Ning is over the wall. Haro does land the slow. And we do see a blast cone to safety.
No.
Sleepy Trouble Bubble lands. Scout, he's going to have to go max distance on this if he wants to follow up. Spell Thief will give him some more damage with more sparkles. That's the Ignite. The auto attack's not even using the abilities. He walks down the Kindred.
That was so well done from Scout. You can see the pathway from mid lane getting there, use the summoner to speed himself up from his W passive, and then just flash through the wall. So excellent from EDG, so much confidence from Haro.
Oh, iBoy gets ignited. That's an early cleanse. Auto attack onto JackeyLove. He's burning down the Ignite. Mako gets a kill in 2 lanes. EDG are starting to pick things up. Baolan trying to chase down iBoy. Command Protect. The flash. Clockwork wind up a double kill to the EDG bottom lane.
A 2v2 win from EDG in the bot side when they recognized that Ning was nowhere near them in the top side. That's just JackeyLove and Baolan once again losing in lane, dying once again when they don't have the pressure at all. They're just confident.
Yeah, JackeyLove doesn't have any summoners right now. And while he's able to do some damage with the Death's Hand to iBoy, he's still got to be careful here as Ning will start to show himself. We've got Flash for iBoy. Mako does not.
These are great wars from EDG. It catches him when he comes down bot side. So iBoy should feel safe unless if Ning tries to go for anything, cutesy. But it's not going to work. Really frustrating from Ning, getting caught in the bottom side. But remember, it all started in the top side of the map. He thought he had a way out, even used the blast clone. But the ward placed down made it so Scout knew where he was at, used his Sleepy Trouble Bubble, and he didn't even need to go for anything else that is fancy, just went for the Ignite kill. So there we go. Easy pickings from Scout. You can see the call being made when he ran from the mid lane and knew there was nowhere else to go for Ning.
And that's the communication between Haro and Scout. As Haro said, I see him, he's on the Scuttle Crab. Scout pulled away from the lane faster than Rookie, who did not have that information on that LeBlanc. As that's a heal and the distortion used slow. Rookie will flash and the Trouble Bubble misses. So Rookie's able to escape with his life, but again, EDG, they're attacking multiple pressure points all at once. The flash is Ray! Solo kills Duke!
That is insane from him. He didn't need any help from Haro or Scout. A lot of lanes are collapsing on the side of Invictus Gaming, and it's only going to get worse here. Ning is going to be trying to get anything off of this one. He has red buff.
That's the recall. Ning, he's got the sweeper. It times out. He's got to walk into the brush. And Ray, he's going to try and fight this. That's an auto attack. Cannon Barrage from Duke is going to do a lot of damage. And finally, the Kindred is able to lock it down. Duke gets that. But here's Haro. And Ning has no flash. Even the ward placed by Ray. Slow lands. Lamb's Respite. It's about to time out, though. Haro decides not to go for the dive and lets Ning walk away.
And this is the result of desperation. Invictus Gaming are so far behind that Ning is putting his neck out there, trying to get a response kill. And you know what that does? In fact, Haro was in the bottom side of the map when this all started. If he was anywhere near closer there, that would have been an assured kill on towards Ning. In fact, maybe he would have even protected Ray.
Oh, that Electrocute doing a lot of damage now in the mid lane. And we've got to talk about how hungry IG have got to be for this win. Again, they are 9-1 in the standings right now. Duke playing over the Shy, and not only playing over the Shy, it's no longer the stylistic difference where Duke kind of plays tanks and the Shy plays carries. Duke is also playing carries. This guy is hungry for wins with IG, and he was expected to take the challenge against Ray, who has been largely relegated to supportive roles on his teams. But Ray says, I've got the Ornn, I've got the carry.
And this is what's great about Ray, is that a lot of times he doesn't get too much pressure from his team. He doesn't get the necessary attention from Haro or ClearLove, whoever starts, but he makes gold out of nothing.
Yeah.
And so that's exceptional from Ray. Maybe even in the next game, if he can continuously do that, one of these days, Haro's going to say, maybe I'll put some attention towards Ray rather than iBoy.
Instead of counter-ganking, yeah.
iBoy may not be happy about that, but if results come through, Ray's going to be a happy man.
Are you telling me there's a world in which EDG, I hesitate to say this, focus top lane res?
One day.
One day.
That's
yeah, but
dream.
That day is not this day, at least so far, is Scout over the wall. Ooh. Look at the damage and the Trouble Bubble, but that is the clone. Had me confused as well. Rookie will just keep on farming up in this lane. And take a look at this. Ning he's trying to get behind the walls of EDG. He's sneaking around to try and secure that Raptor camp and find himself a mark, but now that Rookie's been unlocked, they could make a play bottom.
My God.
Unless EDG make a play first. JackeyLove's goal goes golden. He's got no flash. He's got no chance. He's dead. Another kill to EDG's bottom lane.
Highboy is just doing it big. And with that being said, it seems like there's another setup on towards Scout, but Scout sees it be happening. In fact, has Haro here.
Uh-oh, here comes Rookie. That's the damage. A quick crescent slash. It's not quite enough, though, to the blast cone, but Ignite finishes it off. Mako over the wall, forces Rookie back. Stand united as Baolan is back in. Command attack, Rookie dies. Baolan joins the fight, but Ray is coming in as well. He's trying to hunt down Ning. Scout chases down that kill. Like you said, Raz, IG are completely desperate for these kills, and they are punished for it. 8-2, 10 minutes in.
Scattered, honestly. IG, you can see the fact that they're fiery, that they do want this win, because remember back to summer of last year, this is the team that took them out of the playoff run and the run towards Worlds. So for IG, you can see the frustration starting to build as they're getting outclassed in every side of this map.
Yeah, 2-0-2 on Scout in the mid lane, keeping even with that LeBlanc and landing huge damage from over a distance. Even in the jungle, Haro has been able to have some more effective ganks onto Ning. But here, let's just take a look at that again. Haro gets caught because IG think they've got the play.
Yeah, I have no idea why Haro's here, to be honest, because Scout respected this very well. He actually pushed right back towards mid lane. With that being said, here comes the A team, the rest of EDG from the bot side of the map that already got a kill on towards JackeyLove, so there's no way he's a part of the play. It's a true numbers advantage from EDG. They just needed to be patient enough if you were to levy any criticism on Haro's side to just get a clear-cut kill win. So it would have been 8-1, but of course Haro's gonna, hang in shame a little bit.
Yeah. Gets the chance to clear away that Raptor camp and deny the mark to Ning as Baolan still just sitting in that brush. IG very clearly have a game plan in trying to deny Haro and perhaps isolate that bottom lane, but EDG are just playing around it.
Yeah, bottom lane is completely boom on the side of JackeyLove and Baolan right now. Zeke's being built from Mako.
Oh, yeah.
10 minutes in because he has 4 kills as a support. This man is as bloody as can get. So, yeah, if you're EDG, you're sky high right now. The fact that the early game composition of EDG, the all-in on Rookie comp, is starting to get pushed back from the mid lane on a 2-0-2 Scout. So if you're IG, you need to be creative because your late game skilling is on GP as the game goes on, but your LeBlanc, your Swain, and Shen are on struggle street.
And already they're starting to struggle as that LeBlanc is constantly getting pushed in. You just saw Scout roaming towards the Dragon to help Haro try to accelerate this game with an Infernal, I might add, which is going to make that Zoe and Orianna hurt a little bit more.
They're on the move right now because you would expect the bottom lane to be the primary target of EDG and pushing, but they're trying to speed it up a little bit and just completely push them out of the lane. So JackeyLove and Baolan playing it respectfully.
Yeah, they've even got teleport ready for Ray as he is level 10 with the Call of the Forge God. Ning is trying to gank top lane perhaps along with Rookie to look for some sort of response. Already you can see the Mia pings mid and Ray backs away from a very large minion wave, but this is the trade-off. EDG get first brick bottom.
And it's good that JackeyLove actually went straight towards the mid lane. They might be able to get something out of this.
Oh, the more sparkles get Scout out of there. Even a portal jump to go back in just to blow a raspberry at Rookie.
Yep.
As Mako, he's found JackeyLove. Oh no, he's got flash, but the CC and he's dead again.
This is rough. I mean, what did he expect? He knew that they had pushed down bottom lane, and he had an idea that they were coming in to stop their mid lane push. So for JackeyLove to walk in that direction, incredibly disrespectful. They had no wards there. You can see the the 3 control wards from EDG's side.
Yeah.
He's tilted.
And that very well could be. That bottom lane could be boom for IG, but JackeyLove's going to need to recover in this. As Shockwave pulls Baolan back. He's an AD carry. He's not supposed to be this good with mages. Rookie goes in to look for some damage, but that's barely table scraps compared to what EDG are doing right now.
It's a master class of Orianna and the bottom lane. When we had a discussion, even the video coming into this game about the young blood of JackeyLove versus iBoy because of the, both of them coming up, a lot of hype around JackeyLove for years. Compared to iBoy, who came out of nowhere and performed on Worlds.
Yeah.
And you know what that showed for iBoy? Confidence. Complete confidence on his side, that it doesn't matter what stage he come on, he performs. And apparently, we learned that it doesn't matter what he plays, from straight AD carries to the mages. He's just a damn good Orianna player. You can put him in the mid lane.
I think we can safely say he's a damn good player.
And then on the side of JackeyLove, when he gets in high pressure situations, he can do well in the smaller games. I'm not worried about that. You get to the EDG sets, the playoff sets, he crumbles. And that's the problem that Invictus Gaming are currently having when it comes to JackeyLove. An incredible talent, not the confidence of an iBoy.
I mean, we heard it from the mouth of the horse itself. JackeyLove before this game saying that I think I'm just as mechanically skilled as iBoy, but he's got the experience. He's got just a little bit more knowledge than JackeyLove right now, and it's clearly showing as this Orianna 0-0 and 7, JackeyLove taking the unsafe route bottom. Now, we do see, again, that middle tier 1 and the bottom tier 1 broken, and now EDG are already setting up a siege to the top tier 1, though Ning is sitting on that Herald.
And remember this. This is a complete and utter snowball, just from the kills and goals, not from that. All of the stopwatches are still available from Scout, iBoy, Ray. They can dive whenever they feel it's necessary, just when TP is up. And TP's been up for Ray for quite some time, so that's not stopping them. On the side of IG, their stopwatches have been exhausted. Right now, the only ones that you would look towards and say maybe Baolan. If he looks for a pick, and if he's the one who's caught out, he can use a stopwatch and save himself out.
Well, they
right
might
now,
not even get the chance as Mako thinks about stepping up, using that Zeke's convergence onto Haro as he's synergizing rather well with his new jungler. Able to pull him forward. Of course, we've always known Mako to be the engaged support as iBoy. We were just commending you. Tries to sidestep the never move. That's a cleanse. Visions of Empire and the slow. Shockwave pulls the Swain back. Baolan. He doesn't have Flash, but he doesn't have Shadow Dash. Flash gets him out, and now a teleport coming in from the Ornn as well. EDG, they're going to try to turn this. They've found 2, stand united, and Baolan is out of there. JackeyLove is left by his lonesome. He tries to find the kill and does succeed at the cost of his own life, but EDG, they send 4 members top immediately though. Herald used bottom, breaks the tier 1. IG trading on a dime.
At the very least, you can't call JackeyLove the Red Cadet. He had some value there when he was left behind. He still took down the kill on towards iBoy.
Yeah.
But it was really funny. It was a name game, trying to find out where the Ornn ulti was going to hit. It was going to hit on the Shen, who, you know, could be popped up, and then have some troubles there. You get 2 kills, but obviously no vision on towards him. Ultimately, it's just a class work from EDG.
Yeah, IG, though, in their desperation, land a wild haymaker onto EDG, breaking down the bottom lane completely all the way up to the inhibitor and even chunking it down to half. Yes, it's a desperate play, and it's barely slowing the snowball of EDG, but if that bottom side of the jungle becomes a hunting ground for Ning and Rookie, perhaps that could be IG's way back into the game.
And honestly, you're right in the sense that we should take a few steps back because mistakes were made on the side of EDG. Even though early on in this game it's been EDG, 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 the fact that iBoy was in a really bad position and sure was close to outplaying the never move, but still got caught, died because of his own issues, but would have been awful if Baolan had had his flash. If Baolan had had his flash, there's true follow-up with a taunt flash. He's dead with no response. So really, EDG cannot fall
We were
flat.
just talking about how good he was.
That's true. But remember, these mistakes are what EDG has been known for internationally, so if they get their early game leads, it doesn't matter if you start playing it lazy as the game goes on.
And this is exactly what we have to be careful with for EDG. Again, their motto has always been prove them wrong with results. Prove wrong all the doubters, all of those who would hate you or dislike you with the results of your performance. EDG coming off of a loss to Bilibili Gaming, a 0-2 loss at that. And they start off this game strong by showing that they've got the focus, they've got the drive and the determination. Perhaps haven't quite gotten rid of the haughtiness or perhaps cockiness of saying, yes, we can prove them wrong. Maybe now we can relax. No, you actually have to finish the game out.
Yeah, remember going into this, the expectation is that EDG is a better team fighting team. And maybe you can slip them up in the early game. They've already proved 1 point wrong is that they had a better early game than Invictus Gaming immediately off the bat. One thing that you do have to worry about is the team fighting portion, because sure, EDG can team fight. Their composition looks well for that. IG doesn't want to. You could already see where the lane assignments are coming through with Rookie on the top side of the map, and then they could put Duke on the opposite side. In fact, IG should religiously stay on side lanes. Never find yourself in a position where it's a 5v5 because you will get outplayed unless if Duke finds multiple items, if he gets to the 4-item breakpoint, and he could start having incredible barrels,
he's
then that's
a
their late game
long way to go from that. Maybe 180 CS as Rookie steps in. Immediately Haro steps forward and looks for the knockup, but this is just EDG with a 5-man siege onto this mid lane tier 2. Command attack and a Sleepy Trouble Bubble. As Ray takes aggro and backs away. They're not getting a lot of damage onto this turret, but they are wasting IG's time, and in 30 seconds, that Baron is up.
Yeah, if they can keep this up, then IG is forced to stay here grouped up. If they lose the push here, the tempo is not in their favor. If anything backs them up, then IG can reset the map and go with their play. But right now, they're all on it. EDG's going forward.
That's Call of the Forge God. Sleepy Trouble Bubble not able to separate Invictus Gaming. Rookie over the wall again, finds damage onto iBoy. Never Move does not catch Haro, though it is very close. And EDG walk away from their siege. Unsuccessful, but keeping IG to the pace of their drum.
Yeah. Honestly, the next time EDG sets up, iBoy will have Flash available.
Yep.
He just got the cleanse up, but of course he's just not going to be confident with just cleanse. There's a lot of follow-up CC on the side of IG. So next time EDG can get the setup, and we never question them when it comes to setup, then they can look for a proper fight. That being said, with more breathing room for Invictus Gaming, as you can see, Rookie in the top side. Now it's on towards IG to keep the side lanes pressured.
Yeah. We're looking at Duke and Rookie, the two Koreans of the team, to coordinate their efforts across the map. And we did just see a quick recall out of Duke. Didn't quite get a chance to see what he bought before that scoreboard went down, as Rookie is busy trying to keep that top side busy as well. And things are starting to slow down a little bit now that we've hit that 21-minute mark. EDG again, constantly looking to siege and pressure, keep IG locked down, keep them busy. IG doing the opposite.
This is interesting from Rookie. He based rather early on, didn't have the gold for the Void Staff immediately, just going towards the bottom side of the map because 20 minutes means that Baron is a big picture to look at. I think that he's just going to be trying to have the kill pressure. Remember, Duke is still here, so this is going to be a 2v1.
Ooh, that's a face check from Ray. He's got his flash and he's got exhaust with that unsealed spell book, but Rookie doesn't quite have enough to lock down the kill.
This is very unlucky for Rookie. He didn't expect for Ray to be roaming around in the red side jungle. The proper scenario, this is actually right out of the RNG playbook, is try and attack Ray on a side lane, anyone on the side lane, so it's a 2v1, and they're not proper. If the enemy team's not properly set up around Baron, that's a free kill, and you have the TP from Duke. Unfortunately, they just found Ray so far off and away from Duke that it was only going to be a one-on-one. He was able to make the successful escape.
And that is going to keep IG in this game for just a little bit longer. Ray still stalling out with EDG. It's only about 1,000 gold, 500 separating the teams despite the kill difference for EDG.
And take a look at this from Ray. He actually used the spellbook to get the exhaust early on. So if you ever find that situation again where it's a 2v1, he has protection. With the ultimate as well, there's so much down and ready for him that he can flash and get the hell out of there. So right now it's pretty good for Ray. The only thing is you don't want to find him on exhaust on the opposite side of the map, which is exactly what's happening. You want him to have teleport if there was ever a play to happen. So just hope that IG doesn't get a whiff of this.
Now EDG, they are setting up a pick right here. Mako and the rest of EDG clearing out some wards around this Baron. There's still one in the pit and another control ward in that tri-bush. This is a dangerous scenario as the red buff spawns. IG looking to step forward.
Now remember, Baolan is the person to pick off. He has the most control wards placed, a lot of them cleared of the supports in the LPL. He's the one who leads forward to actually get the job done. You won't expect that out of Ning because he's on such a fragile carry that you can actually lock him down, burst him down before he uses his ultimate. So if you have enough damage to kill the Shen, then that's what EDG will be looking for.
That Baolan so very important. Doesn't have cleanse, just the flash. 90 seconds for that third Infernal Dragon. EDG have got 2 already.
Uh-oh.
And Ning's actually on this top side. He's not going to go for that Krug mark on that bottom half of the map. Instead, it's Duke and Rookie who are hanging out down there, trying to push into the inhibitor and perhaps pull some attention.
Ain't no one smiling on IG this game.
EDG turning onto the Baron. Baolan's over the wall. Visions of Empire spots us out, and the Cannon Barrage.
Now they can disengage from this, play a longer game. Remember, Duke used both his teleport and ultimate. That is a lot to use from one attempt on Baron. It's not stopping EDG at all to go right back to it. In fact, they can just clear this up in the mid lane and then try it again.
That's the Shadow Dash, actually landing onto Haro on the side. He might have been looking for a flank. That's the challenge. Grand entrance from Mako. He goes golden. Call of the Forge God. Baolan dashing away. He's still trying to escape, but again, he's the support. Dies finally. Ray has found Duke on the back. Flash matched as the fight breaks out. JackeyLove goes in. He's golden as Haro tries to stall it out with his own stopwatch. That's a kill going over to Duke with the ignite. JackeyLove keeping them in choke. IG are winning the fight. That's the Lamb's Respite to try and reset this as JackeyLove will find up another kill in EDG. They might be losing this fight. Ning chasing it down. Finally dies, but JackeyLove, he's doing a lot of damage. Mako over the wall and Rookie chasing. Ray going to be chased down, and IG, I cannot believe this. They have won the team fight by baiting IG forward. Ray will almost certainly go down, even using the stopwatch to try and get the outplay, getting good damage, but finally dies.
Insane. They tunneled so hard for that one kill on towards Baolan. That wasn't even a problem, honestly. It was the next step because the rest of the team went on towards Duke, who got picked off by Ray, and they started to split off. In fact, even forgotten about Ning in the backside, who was dealing a lot of damage, even allowing the Swain to net the kill on towards Zoe. So really hectic from EDG. Really well done getting the first kill, but then super scattered on the next.
And that...
Can you get it?
Scattered teamfight. Mako goes in. Oh my god! Triple Infernal Dragon, EDG. Even then, making the best of a bad situation.
If Mako doesn't get MVP from all of this, if they end up winning, if he doesn't get it, he's robbed. This is how it all started. Off the one pick off in towards Baolan. So here's who you should be looking at. Duke. He gets caught out by Ray once the kill is being taken down on towards Baolan. And so the rest of the team is like, great, let's go towards Duke. Except you see Haro and iBoy focusing super hard on towards Jaculov. And so you're like, wait a second. Now we're getting scattered. Not only is Haro dead, but now we're getting flanked by Ning. They're going to look back at that with Coach Nofe, and he's going to be super pissed off because this would have been a clean victory off of this team fight.
Again, it's always the story with EDG. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. This was how they lost to Royal Never Give Up in their own series, but now they're looking for another fight. Duke is the target. He's got no flash this time. Sterix is popped. He does damage with the Cannon Barrage, but dies. Mako will trade it over, and iBoy is separated from his team. He's done. No Shockwave. IG happily trade 1 for 2 and are looking to turn it into more as Ning gets caught by the Trouble Bubble. Reset by the turret. Ray running it off. Chains is going to land onto Ray, but EDG, they're losing 3 members to try to find a single pick.
Great catches from IG, all really close towards Baron. It would be a surprise if IG just don't start it immediately. 41 seconds off of Ray, and the rest on iBoy and Mako. This is really safe from them, the fact that they're not just turning on it immediately.
And we were just saying, EDG, they were trying to play the lane game, take that mid-game tempo and control. The only way they lose the game after taking mid-game tempo, mid-game control, that thing that EDG is known for is if they take a reckless team fight. What do they do 2 times back-to-back?
Just no eyes onwards Ning. Take a look at where he's coming from. So EDG looking front to back on towards Duke. Surprised at the shield that came from him. But take a look at Ning immediately coming from the side. Gets an immediately assassination on towards Orianna, so no damage there as they lose both their support and the mid laner. So EDG have to scatter right from the get-go. Just unfortunate, honestly. The vision control they've been placing down has been excellent, but the information that they get out of it, in the first fight, it was great. How they used it was poor. This time around, just
not having the full information.
Yes, so the information wasn't there on the second fight.
And this is where we have to look to the recovery of EDG. Again, this has been their Achilles heel. It's what hurt them against Bilibili Gaming. It's what hurt them against Royal Never Give Up. Now it's hurting them against Invictus Gaming. They've got triple Infernal Dragon, but they are dead even in gold. And IG have actually got the turret advantage with that Herald that they used earlier. Can EDG recover from this mental state and use that knowledge once again, look for the knowledge correctly, and then execute on it correctly?
I think it's going to be a little bit easier for EDG. Remember, they still have 2 Banshees builds on towards iBoy and Scout. So Rookie is going to have any force in these team fights. He either has to be creative to get the Banshees builds off, or he has to be on side lanes, which... Oh, there we go.
That's a lot of damage on the Mako and the Visions of Empire used.
Mako's going to have a tough time now. In fact, maybe you get him to last hit. There we go. He got it. Oh, no. It was on Haro. If he last hit the Skull Crab, you would have gotten the HP on it. And, of course, heal is on Scout as well, so Scout could have healed him. Just putting that out there.
EDG trying to defend in this mid lane. And IG still just defending, deflecting these efforts from EDG.
And remember what that means, even though we talked about Invictus Gaming have some strong early laning phase points with the assassination attempts of Swain and LeBlanc, but late game scaling is looking fairly good. I mean, Ning's been keeping track of his stacks repeatedly throughout the entire game, so he's gotten a decent amount of range, while Duke has his Storm Razors and his Sterix Gauge. So he's in a really good point to group up with his team now and start placing down barrels. So the team's right now feeling a little bit more comfortable rounding around GP.
Now, quick caster hot swap.
All right, I got you. I got your back right here. Oh, it seems like EDG is going to get routed, though. My problem here is that while it's great that Invictus Gaming is starting to take control wards around Baron side, I don't believe they'll be able to hold on towards it unless if they really use the control wards they have on to, I'd say, support the GP barrels. What's up, Fish?
Well, let's see if they can hold on to it. How you doing, Raz?
What the hell? Where you come from?
From the side of the cast area where the analyst desk was.
Okay.
That's what I was hosting before this. Unfortunately, Dom's going to have to take a quick break. But EDG against IG must go on.
Rest his soul.
IG 3,000 gold ahead of EDG at the moment. Turret's going to fall here for EDG, however. They continue with that push and eventually take it down.
Great decision from EDG, but they're going for the kill.
Quick fight as well, looking to try and lock down Ning. Gets the Lance Respite off very early into the team fight. Shockwave going to miss. Good flash from the wall, takes Ning to safety, but falls after that. IG going to try and collapse on the back half of this team fight. Scout running amok, gets one kill onto Rookie. Two members already dead for IG. Duke goes over the wall, takes him down, not quite. Lives with a sliver of health. Balan with the taunt, going to lock down Ray, but that's a very tanky on. Mako dashing to his side as well, flashes all over the wall. A chaotic team fight between EDG as well as IG, but it's not going to end just yet. Perfect timing from JackeyLove, trying to stay alive. Ray's going to charge back in, JackeyLove goes forward, taunts are coming through, but EDG have done it. They pick up the team fight against IG.
A battle of mechanics, and it was all Ray. Where's the third thumbs up, man? Scout, please. Ain't gonna do it. What the heck's wrong with him? But for them to be so focused onto Ray, tanking up 3 members on the side of Invictus Gaming, and just say, okay, we're gonna support him, throw in a few shields, make goes in and out, and then utilize the damage from iBoy to make it count. Take a look at this. This was EDG routing Invictus Gaming, who are trapped near Baron. They blow the ultimate on towards Ning, and they say, hey, wait a minute, this is looking rather good from us. As long as iBoy stays safe, we can play around how damn tanky this Ray is. So look at this. I can actually start counting, I don't know if you can, of how long Ray stays up and alive because of the shields from both Orianna and Mako, just to keep him up and alive. And so JackeyLove stays there for a little bit. The moment one Sleepy Trouble Bubble lands is when they go all in.
Ray played the start of that fight beautifully as well. Very long, prolonged team fight that EDG able to pick up. The start of the fight, on ultimate comes out, locks down 2 members. He throws it the complete opposite direction to stop the recovery team, I was going to say, from Invictus Gaming. The backup squad from assisting Ning in that sticky situation.
And remember, the moment Invictus Gaming starts getting defensive and running off, using their summoner spells, that's what empowers the Zoe from Scout. That's when he goes off, is when he has a second, a third flash to use. So, waiting long enough for IG to make that one mistake for EDG to win the team fight.
Could be a big fight here though, Raz. Hara's going to try and steal it, gets the Mountain Dragon, starts a fight. Mako jumps in with the first few knockups. Rookie has a big flank looking for Scout, doesn't get the extra damage from his passive. Meanwhile, Duke, close to Wolfcam, is going to be taken out by 3 members of EDG. Great snipe coming out, will kill Zoe. All is going to fall as well. IG want to try and fight back. The Shockwave going to whiff. Great, perfect timing coming out from JackeyLove. The rest of IG pile on in. Rookie gets more damage. 2 members left. IG, they're going to be able to take down EDG after they lose the Mountain Dragon.
2 segments of fights, but it was EDG that gave up Scout. Said you can have him while we're taking down the other side of the fight. I don't understand that decision making. The last fight, you recognized how valuable Scout was in your efforts to combat Rookie. They lost him, and suddenly LeBlanc is running wild.
And unfortunately for EDG, when they won their last fight against IG, only 3 members left. A tank as well as their support and their mage. Also low on hit points, they couldn't do Baron. But IG with Ning still up, with Balan and JackeyLove alive, they go straight towards Baron. They pick up a major objective, as well as 3,000 to 4,000 gold of a lead.
This is the first time I've ever seen Invictus Gaming go up against the top team in terms of team fighting, beat them out on it, and get a lead coming back. We haven't seen them come back in a game when they're going up against the top side of the bracket. So this is a good example. Take a look at Scout. He's left alone, left to the wolves. Moment he dies, EDG's, the rest of them saying, okay, we'll come in. The Shockwave comes through, and you can't get the value out of it because the stopwatch excellently used from JackeyLove. So there we have it. No damage on the side of iBoy when he finally joins the rest of them. And this is IG taking it.
I mean, iBoy's laning phase looked good on Orianna, paired up with Mako. They were dominating the bottom lane against Invictus Gaming, but that's a couple of team fights now. Ultimate not connecting for iBoy, which is crucial for Orianna.
This is when you start to realize what the mid laners have to go through. Because sure, you see an Orianna throw out the ball, the big ultimate, and you're like, great, that looked fantastic. But there's more that comes into it. Knowing what flashes up are unavailable, if the opposition has stopwatches, it was iBoy that didn't put in the legwork to realize that, and that's when the egg was all over his face.
We've even seen Rookie get we've also seen Rookie get quite a few flanking positions in the last few team fights. Even just then, rotating behind the inner turret in the mid lane, chunking out Ray. His full spell rotation took Ray down to just about half health, jumping in again, trying to take down Haro. Good shields coming out from EDG, keep him nice and healthy.
And these barrels are going to be doing a lot at this stage of the game. Not only do you have the pick potential off the Swain.
Oh yeah, you have to watch Duke.
You have to watch Duke. He is now permanently in the fight. He was in the side lanes for quite a long time until he got his items. The moment he got the Sterix Gauge and Storm Razors, he's it. That's it for him. He's sitting with you. He even has enough magic resist to deal with Scout because, of course, the Spirit Visage. So right now, you have to deal with Duke first and foremost.
The rest of Invictus Gaming are going to continue with their siege. They take down the mid lane inner turret, climbing up to a 5,000 gold lead. The last fight that we saw around Mountain Dragon, these two teams were dead even on gold. EDG were able to pull back the gold deficit, but IG have swung the game wide open. Now we are 36 minutes into the match, so although it is a 5,000 to 6,000 gold lead, gold is starting to become a little bit irrelevant as this game goes on.
It's all on the compositions, because as the game goes on, Rookie's going to feel quite upset. Because right now he has he's looking in towards Rabadon's Death Cap, but now he's trying to snowball with the Magi Soul Stealer. If he gets one kill, fantastic. You can speed up the game just off that. But he's going to try, as you can see him going towards the bottom side of the map, to split push. Because once Scout gets his Rabadon Death Cap, once iBoy's completed his Morella Nomicon and Rabadons, then you have to really give a lot of respect to the Orianna, not through her ultis, but just from her command attack and dissonance. That's all you really need to worry about, because that's a lot of chunk on towards JackeyLove and Rookie.
But they have to actually get those team fights set up against IG, which is something Invictus Gaming have done well in this series. It was quite surprising. You'd expect the storyline to be the opposite, where IG would have been so dominant during the laning phase, and then EDG find those mid-game setups and team fights. But IG being the one that found the mid-game team fights after falling short in the laning phase. Still sieging, bottom lane, inhibitor turret, just take it down. A very quick rotation from Rookie, catches EDG by surprise.
And this is what they have to do, because as the earlier team fights you mentioned, that was just based all on mechanics. You're not going to have those team fights again against the triple Infernal Dragon team with Orianna and what's it called, the Rakan, Ornn, Scout, all of those difficult to go up against, especially with the triple Infernal. So you're looking at Invictus Gaming, you want them to open up the side lanes so you can make Rookie a lot more useful.
But although they've been up against that triple Infernal, IG playing around it very well. You'd expect Zoe as well as Orianna to start to pack a punch. Even Haro, the additional damage they're going to receive from the Elemental Dragons. Rabadon's Death Cap now complete for Scout. iBoy not close to picking up his own just yet, going towards Spellbinders next.
There we go. One thing that I'm a little worried on, as you mentioned, looking towards the side of the items of Invictus Gaming, I want to see the Rabadons being picked up by Rookie, and he's been getting a lot of control wards in the bottom side, so 6 items feels bad for him. He can't get another control ward, so he can keep up the side lane pressure.
He could sell the Magi's.
Soon, my friend.
If he dies one more time.
Yeah. Right now, he's in a gambling mode. Let's see if he can get this one.
Look what he's done again. He's found another flanking position, and this is with Elder Dragon just spawning. This is the exact same spot Rookie found himself in the team fight that IG won before picking up Baron.
And his whole job here is to make iBoy feel uncomfortable so he can't walk up behind the front line.
Oh no! Scout's been able to tag him with the Sleepy Trouble Bubble. Rookie goes to half health. Shockwave onto Krugs. iBoy, that's not the target you're looking for, but Rookie's still in a lot of trouble. Distorts back, does eventually fall. Scout finds him, and EDG say now is our time to look for a team fight. Duke slows down the rest of EDG with his ultimate. Haro still trying to dash in, takes a lot of damage, has Guardian Angel available. Even Ray flashing into the fight. EDG hard force over at blue buff, looking for Duke. Gang Gangplank's going to fall. Pops the G8 on both jungler for EDG, top laner for IG. Full-blown fight. JackeyLove wants to try and find access into it. Uses his Zhonya's. Baolan trying to protect him as Haro jumps back in between two towers. Ignite is sticking onto him. JackeyLove take it down. Double kill for Scout.
Oh.
Make that a triple kill. Big play from EDG.
Complete wipe off of one piece of information on the location of Rookie, and honestly, I don't know how that was given. How did they know that Rookie was behind them, other than perhaps knowing that all 4 members
Scouted him out, Raz.
Oh my God,
Scouted
please,
him out.
get away from me. I don't want to hear it ever again, though it was pretty suitable in that moment. So EDG get a massive teamfight victory off of just tracking down Rookie.
It was crucial for IG when they won their fight over Dragon to have Rookie in that position.
They had 1 ward down. Was that the ward that caught him? Taking a look at it.
So he hasn't been spotted yet, still in Fog of War.
There are no wards in the side for so long. What ward did him in?
I don't think he actually got spotted the entire time. Walks over here. No, not spotted.
There was that 1 ward. If that 1 ward did him in.
He hasn't been spotted yet. He was in this brush the entire time, and somehow they got rid of not only his Banshees, but put him to sleep as well, Raz.
He tried to inch towards him because they had a decent amount of information.
Does he drop out? He's still in Fog of War.
So help me God if this was just a guess.
You've got to be kidding me.
He
Scout?
guessed?
No way!
He
That's
guessed!
disgusting.
He had no idea. They didn't have the information, but they had the information as to where the rest of the team was for Invictus Gaming. And so he just threw out a sleepy trouble bubble. Astronomical from Scout.
That's a 600 IQ play if I've ever seen one.
And that won them the entire fight. Rookie had played that in the last team fight around Dragon. Remember, they had quite a few Infernal Dragons to fight over.
That was the positioning that Rookie won the team fight from previously, but EDG going to try and follow up with a second fight over Elder. Elder goes to EDG, 4 Elemental Dragons now empowered as they take a fight against IG. IG trying to stand their ground. Shockwave is going to whiff. JackeyLove with a great position, and EDG can't hold. They cannot hold against IG. That's 4 Elemental Dragons buffed up, and IG still win the team fight.
They tried their hardest. iBoy used his ultimate to try and get an assassination onto Ning, who's doing quite a lot of damage in all these team fights, but he flashes out of it. Incredibly well done, and even has the range to execute him afterwards. iBoy is having such a tough time without his summoner spells positioning in these team fights. Honestly, don't have an answer for him. Usually I'd say, you know, position her, but you have a Swain to deal with in the front. You're trying to assassinate the backline that's been ripping your front line to shreds. There is no right answer because they have so much to deal with.
Too much for EDG to keep track of, and IG playing around the late game, playing around these team fights quite well. EDG trying to force, and IG know they can stand their ground. They've done so many times in this match. Yes, they lost Elder Dragon, but they won the fight. They pick up Baron buff as well.
And just know how fragile this game is. No inhibitor on the side of Invictus Gaming straight through mid lane. And they have a pretty tanky composition from EDG's side. EDG's probably communicating saying, 1-1 team fight. If they can win 1 team fight, if 1 Shockwave lands, then they can actually just push it through and try and end the game. But Invictus Gaming obviously have the momentum. The team fights are working quite well for them. So, you know, it just feels like it's a bit of a coin toss to see who ends up winning based off the positioning. And if EDG get that win, it's an instant victory. Perhaps if IG has a proper wave in the bottom lane, right now it's looking really good, they can push through the wave through bottom lane inhib, but it's a little harder than EDG setting.
Still got 2.5 minutes of Baron buff to work with, and IG's composition for the late game is just incredibly strong. 4 damage threats of a Gangplank, Kindred, LeBlanc, and Swain. Then you have a tanky Shen to try and buff up the rest of the team as well.
Especially with the 1-3-1 that IG has in their composition. They've always wanted to have LeBlanc on side lane. Now she has buffed up Baron minions behind her. So there should never be a situation where Invictus Gaming get picked out, because if the Swain, Shen, and Kindred walk through mid, it's a lot of pressure and a lot of safety. If they ever go on to JackeyLove, he's tanky enough, and he has the Zhonya as well. He can buy enough time for the side laners to converge. Top lane, same deal with Duke, and he has a lot of damage to deal with 2v1 situations. And I don't gotta tell you about LeBlanc being slippery. So EDG just have to be as perfect as can be to break this up.
Just hasn't been that perfect or that clean from EDG. Quite too many all-rounder ultimates whiffing for the side of iBoy. Rookie being able to find the assassinations. EDG not setting up for the fights as clean as they would like. Hasn't gone well. IG is still trying to siege the base, however. Rookie is split pushing with Duke. You mentioned the 1-3-1, it's in effect. Slowly chipping away at the objectives.
Yep, so Rookie right now is the power point. Not a lot of damage being done through the mid lane because they have to play safely. That being said, double cannon Baron minion in the top side of the map.
Scout, however, putting on his best Rookie impersonation, goes forward. That's almost a dead LeBlanc. Great shield's going to come out from Shen. Ignite is ticking. A Scout still goes forward. Through the Stand United, he falls. Zoe gets a pick, relieves some pressure onto EDG's base, and JackeyLove's getting caught out as well. Pops the ultimate, turns into a demon, tries to regain as many hit points as he possibly can, but he's bounced around. Another pick for EDG. They lose some turrets, but defend the base.
That was the miraculous pick we were talking about. It just needed one person to fall. In this case, it was Rookie. You see Shen going to the bottom lane to help him out, but that memo wasn't sent to JackeyLove, who was somehow neck deep in the base when he had no support from his support. So what are you trying to do? So EDG already mentioned it. 1-1 team fight, and they can start pushing through mid. Thankfully, there's Ning, Duke, and Baolan still up and available. Baolan's just there now. So it doesn't turn into an instant win. But if you have Meiko, who has ultimate very soon, you're one pick away from that Nexus going down.
EDG going to move towards picking up the mid lane inhibitor. Baron buff is going out in 14
They ain't
seconds.
gonna stop. They're not going to stop.
It is 15 seconds on JackeyLove, but doesn't seem like they have the resource to continue this push. In fact, Duke keeping there a little bit longer. Ning has a flank. The Rookie's trying to dash into the fight as well, but it just kills the minion wave. EDG gets an inhibitor, but that's it.
IG had to play that one really safely. 20 seconds on towards JackeyLove. Now he's available, but at that time, Meiko must have been calling for a pick. He has flash. He has his ultimate available. He just needed one person to extend their neck. Didn't happen on the side of IG. So, you know, Haro lost a lot of HP naturally with the GP ultimate. They have to end up basing.
So another reset. The base for EDG has been broken. There are no inhibitor turrets left, but they kept all three of their inhibitors alive. For IG, they still have a few turrets to protect their base, but mid lane inhibitor has been taken down. We're approaching 6 items for a lot of the carries on both sides. So it's going to be coming down to 1 or 2 final fights here.
And a lot of the fans out there, you won't see this happening. This is a really good setup from EDG. Not only do they have the inhibitor down in the mid lane so the super minions are charging through, that's a double cannon wave. A massive wave in the bottom side of the map starting to group up. So EDG confidently playing towards top side. Baron's going to take a little bit to spawn, but it means that they can look for a pick and have an immediate way to win the game. Duke has to go bottom lane. That means a numbers disadvantage is there from IG in the top side of the map. So if you're EDG, you're feeling really safe. Stick together and you'll win a skirmish in the next 1 or 2 minutes.
I know the Elder Dragon is a slightly longer respawn time, but it should come up around the same time as Baron. So 2 minutes now until the second Elder Dragon is online. Now that's crucial for EDG because although they lost the fight with 4 elementals and the Elder Dragon buff, second Elder is substantially stronger. It would almost be impossible for IG to win that fight they had if that was second Elder Dragon picked up.
True. While that is true, EDG have amassed waves in the bottom lane that Duke had to deal with and amassed a triple cannon wave in the top side of the map. Their wave control has been excellent so far in this stage of the game. So while the Elder Dragon, a lot of people would try and set up for it, you have to defend your top lane inhibitor tower.
Well, they're trying to. Poke coming out from EDG as the entire wave gets trimmed out. Rookie dashes in, make sure that EDG have no minions to push with. Now jumping back, trying to get some chip damage onto Meiko, but they stop the siege. EDG should be resetting here, and there's 2 major objectives to fight over in just a bit.
Right now, EDG is finding out the hard way that Ray cannot be with them in these fights, or at least when they're grouping up for the tower. He needs to be in the mid lane, pushing in the wave so he can have a flank access to him. Otherwise, they get consistently pushed out by the GP barrels.
Yep. Good wave clear from IG. High damage potential means EDG difficult for them to siege without Baron buff. Now Raz, Baron and Elder Dragon are going to spawn in about 30 seconds. Around the exact same time, 5 seconds separates the two. How do these 2 teams set up for? What are they looking to try and pick up?
Right now, IG, because they've settled down towards the Elder Dragon so confidently, and they have such a good burn in their composition, Swain constantly gets his Qs. We're talking about Kindred and GP as well. They can finish up the Elder Dragon, when it comes up, they're already looking like they're in a position to do so as it comes up. So there's not going to be a response from EDD to try and trade. That's a bad decision if they try and do it. They have to try and contest the Elder Dragon.
Good vision control from IG means EDG don't spot them out. Haro's going to take a chunk of damage from Gangplank and LeBlanc before the fight starts. Elder Dragon is up. Ning is trying to take it down on the backside of the pit. Gets it down to half health. Ning not taking any damage, has the sustain to deal with this Elder Dragon.
It's going to turn into that 50-50. Rookie has joined his team, so now it's just lines being drawn around the Elder Dragon.
Cooldown's already used by Rookie, so EDG try to step forward. Scout trying to go toe-to-toe against him, doesn't get the assassination. Elder Dragon going down to 3,000 hit points. They jump onto Ning! They killed him! Kindred dies before Lance Respite or Flash could be used. IG, 2 members down. Rookie falls. Haro gets the double kill. Swain will pick up 1 for IG and try to fight off the backside of this, but EDG just too strong in this fight. They set up for it, friends. They found the fight they were looking for, and 3 members of IG are dead. They're teleporting to try and finish this game. Swain's going to fall. Mako assists with the kill. That should be it.
One team fight was all it took. We were looking towards Rookie, who couldn't even use any of his summoner spells. He was locked down by Scout while the rest of his team got demolished.
Back and forth, IG had control of the late game, but EDG sets up for the final team fight. Game 1 goes to Edward Gaming.
You know, that was a Monka S&a-half. What the hell happened in this game? It seemed like it should have been clean cut for EDG. In fact, a lot of people will forget the fact that EDG had wiped them in the early game. It normally would have been a 20-minute victory off of what they had early, but IG fought hard around Rookie. He found the necessary pick, and they were able to scale up with the GP. It's just unfortunate when it came to the last team fight, EDG, specifically Scout, was able to outplay them time and again.
Kindred getting sniped down in that final fight as well, as it's... You hate to see it because IG took the right steps to make it back into this match. You can see that EG controlled most of the game, and in that final fight, they were still 9,000 gold ahead. They were still in the lead. But Ning gets sniped out at the very start of the fight.
And you hate to see games end in a fashion in which it did, because Ning had a phenomenal game to pull them back into it. So the nature of Kindred, if you are separated from the rest of your team, if your Lamb's Respite is not used efficiently, you are a glass cannon. You're gone just like that. So all it took was one slight mispositioning from Invictus Gaming, a scattered team fight. Ning falls down, a lot of their damage. Rookie can't help on the side because he's locked down with the Sleepy Trouble Bubble, honestly landing as a trap, so he couldn't even join his team for a little bit of it. So 2 members deleted like that. And so the rest of IG, no way you're fighting that situation.
Hero plays coming out from Scouts as well. Wait, how did he find Rookie?
I hope to God that goes on towards Reddit. Everybody gives the love that it should, because that was the best predict I've seen in League.
I mean, all he had was the knowledge of the previous team fight, knew that Rookie came from that flank before, scouted him out, found him, committed to the kill as well, and then gave Rookie a taste of his own medicine a few team fights later where he actually found the flank and was able to take down Rookie.
I love seeing this. Hopefully this goes to a 3-game series because it feels like Rookie and Scout are on par today.
Well, if it's as back-to-back as that first match, it will go to 3 games, but let's send it back to the analyst desk to break down the match.
Thank you so much, guys. Hey, I'm back. But now we've got to break down that crazy game because holy cow, there was so much awesome action in between this. And look, we got to start from the beginning. Let's get right into the draft to talk about this because we said from the beginning, draft is what's going to decide this game. Early laning phase is so important. Transition into mid game is so very important. I asked Raz on the desk who wins this draft going into that laning phase, but then that didn't even matter because we got a 15-minute team fight slugfest. So it's still important to go over this.
So do you want to jump first?
Yeah, sure. In my eyes, this is so EDG, they went for the Wombo combo. They want to blow up the bottom lane. They have the Ornn combination for it, but it's a one-trick type of combination. If they don't get it, if you look at their late game, they have pure magical damage. So it's not looking very hot for them. On the other hand,
how he's trying to slant this.
Invictus Gaming, no, I'm not trying to slant this. I'm just calling it as it is. What happens is down to execution. Invictus Gaming, they have actually 3 winning lanes. If you just look at the pure laners that have been selected, they're going for the lane kingdom. But also the added factor is in the late game, they actually do out-team fight the enemy composition. It's very hard for EDG to lock all of them down at the same time. And they just have so many more damage dealers and a much better balance of damage coming in.
Yeah.
So I was looking at this and I was going like, EDG, they have to get that one punch in or else it might be very shaky for them.
Yeah, here's the thing. I do agree with all of your points. I think if this game went super late, it should have been for Invictus Gaming because it's so hard to outdamage this. But ultimately, I feel like both teams knew exactly what they were going to get and exactly, like, there was no surprises here. And then Invictus Gaming had the plan. If you're going to play bottom, you know, let's go. You want to throw that one punch? We've got the Shin, we have the Gangplank, we have all of these pushing lanes that should have rotation power for Ning to look for counter ganks. Like, come at us, brah. But then Edward Gaming did, and they slammed them down.
I think this is where we got to talk about, Clement, that early game, how we saw the lanes picked up for that sort of strength, but it did come down to individual execution. Scout got the faster roam, and this is where it all starts.
And this wasn't even one of those laning kills. A lot of this actually has the EDG. They got 4 kills without their own jungler actually participating in the top side and in the bot side at the same time. So Laning Kingdom from Invictus Gaming goes wrong really soon.
And here's the thing, a lot of people will look at the priority pick of the Orianna and they'll say, what are Edward Gaming thinking? Swain has been the priority pick in so many instances. Just like what we saw with LCK over with Griffin, JackeyLove can't play Swain. He doesn't know, and Edward Gaming, they know that. They have a read on it, and they're fine to give it away and just punish it every time. And like Clement's saying, you now have multiple solo kills going down with no jungle intervention against the Lane Kingdom team. When Invictus Gaming are getting torn to shreds in their lane phase before the game even opens up, it's disaster for them.
This was, you see, their attempt to try and counter back, a desperation play to hunt down Haro, but EDG, they've got 4 members on the map. They just collapse and pick up those kills in return.
And at this point, I thought it was done for Invictus Gaming. I thought it was going to be all over, but EDG in their mid game, they're never as clean as they're supposed to be, and they give IG that chance. That one Rift Herald into the bot lane actually got 2 towers. It hit 3 times. It swung the gold lead actually back into Invictus Gaming's favor, and they avoided the one punch. It wasn't intentional. Actually, I think it played the laning phase horribly, but they still managed to survive the knockout from EDG.
And I think there's a conversation about why are Edward Gaming fumbling in their mid game, because we call them the mid game tempo team, so this should be where they thrive. And in their play setup and what they're supposed to be doing, it's always the right play. But when it came down to execution in the mid game, that's where they fumbled. And Clement, I really liked what you said, this idea that Edward Gaming, they see a pick and then they go all in on the pick, and because you're against a Shen, a Kindred, a Gangplank, you just can't pop these champions instantly. Now, this team fight, they do happen to win because they massively outplay, like, miracle hero moments, which are just incredible to watch, but they should not win at this point. At this point, IG's composition should have outscaled.
The amazing thing about all of these team fights is that they always have a good read on where Rookie actually is. The start of this fight, Rookie is standing on a ward in a brush, and Scout finishes him off in the top side. If IG actually got the collapse they wanted, I felt that this was going to be a wash for IG. They would have mopped the floor with EDG. That was not to be. The vision was there for them. And like you said, I'm not very satisfied with the way JackeyLove actually played those fights. The bottom end of it actually pulled themselves out of position.
Then this is where we have to juxtapose the execution of these two teams. EDG coming out with the stronger bottom lane, the stronger top lane, the even if not stronger mid lane, but then struggling a little bit in the communication in some of these fights.
I mean, the thing is Edward Gaming drafted themselves into a hole, and because they fumbled their mid game, when it came to late game, they had to actually just outperform Invictus Gaming that much more, because IG's composition at this point is so much easier to execute. So we have 2 back-to-back team fights, and when Invictus Gaming win, it just looks easy. And it's their team fight. You know, they don't have to play it perfectly. They're champions, they scale up, they do more mixed damage, they have more area of control. In the first one, it had to be Scout going hero mode. And when EDG did win this game, it was because of those multiple hero mode moments, which goes back to my first analysis point, that Edward Gaming are just better pound for pound across the board, and they don't even need the easy composition to execute.
Well, at least on these champions so far. Scout will take our MVP for that game. Surprise, surprise, 11, 3, and 11. What IQ level is there a number equivalent we can assign to that?
No, there's the only number you need to know is first in the LPL. Best mid laner in the LPL. We got what we wanted. We had the throwdown. Rookie had LeBlanc. There wasn't an excuse this time. He got his signature champion, Scout got his signature champion, and he threw down.
I actually do think that they might just choose to ban out the Zoe in the next game. Yeah, there's a very high chance for that. He's just too good on the pick, and you can see in the late game, it gives you access to too many picks, and you can't really plan around those.
Yeah, so much strength for EDG. Well, now we're going to see what that's going to be in that game, too. Don't go anywhere. That'll be coming right back at you in just a few minutes.
想要征服他人，必先战胜自己。EDG 的队名就是鞭策我们的动力。